back to Lex Reads. So in today's video, we're actually going to do a haul. I told you guys I was going to do one. It was recently my birthday, so of course I went in. I got basically all the books that I wanted to get and even more. So I want to share them with you because it's a good amount. So let's get started. This I'm just over the moon about. You guys know I love the Penguin Classic editions, so I went ham. I got all of these. Yeah, all of these. Okay, so the first one I got is Dorothy, I think it's Shretsky. I don't want to say her name. It's called Olivia. I actually read this. It was only 100 pages. It was published in 1949 under a pseudonym. It's basically about a girl that goes to a boarding school in France, and she falls in love with her head mistress. And it basically is a early novel, you know, based on LGBTQ, but it's way tamed. But you clearly, when you read it, you know that she just adores and is in love with the head mistress. I really did enjoy this. It was only 100 pages. I had never heard of this author or this book, and it actually was a movie that was made in 1950s. It's in French, but you can read, you know, you can have the subtitles. Actually watch it on YouTube. It's a little bit boring, but I still, you know, I wanted to see what it was about. And yeah, but this is a really good story, and I love this edition. So then all of these, oh, first, you guys know I told you I was going to get another edition of The Diary of a Young Girl by Anne Frank, because the one I have, I annotated it and wrote in it and all of that. So I wanted to get another edition. When I saw that Penguin Classic had one, you already know I had to snatch it up. So this is going to be on my bookshelf. It's the nice, clean, pretty version, because I just adore this girl in this book, which is amazing. Next, I got, this is Unsung. It's narratives of African American slavery and abolitionists. When it's an unsung, you already know I was getting into it. That's my whole thing. I love to read about books and stories and just know about people that are just under the radar, that no one really knows and talks about. And when you do think of slavery, you know, especially it comes with, like, you know, females, you mainly think of, like, what, Sojourner Truth, and who else? Harriet Tubman. But there's so much more, and this has everything. This is basically an anthology, so it has poems. It actually has children's books from the slavery. It has short stories, essays, just everything. So I cannot wait to get into this. Like, come on. And then lastly, I got an edition of Little Women. I've seen the movie billions of times, and I've never read the book. And I wanted to get this, and when I saw it was in this edition, you already knew I was getting it. So yeah. Next is I think it's a Claudine, An American Girl. This is the newest American Girl. I wanted to get this because it's set in the 1920s, 1922 to be exact. Y'all know Harlem Renaissance, that's up my alley. And I cannot wait to get into this. Also, too, was written by Britt Bennett, and I read both of her novels last month and was just amazed. So when I saw that, I'm like, oh, I'm totally going to get this. So I cannot wait to read this. I know it's going to be a cute little story, and I mean, it's during my era, the Harlem Renaissance, so I'm really excited about this. Next is Don't Cry for Me by Daniel Black. I wanted to get this because after I read The Perfect Peace by him, was just amazed. This man knows how to write. He's one of those authors where if he comes up with something, I will be getting it. And I had to get this. I adore the cover, and I love his writing. He knows how to tell a story. So I really cannot wait to get into this. I mean, it has daddy issues, and I think it dabbles in some homosexuality and just all that family secret and drama. You already know I love all of that. So I cannot wait to get into this. Next is The Journals of Alice Walker. I actually I was being real cheap, y'all. I was in Barnes and Noble and I was reading this and I just adored it. And reading those passages and her talking about her life, in college, and her life when she got married, after she got married, before she wrote The Color Purple, after she wrote The Color, I mean, everything. And I'm nosy. But it was almost $40. And I'm like, oh, girl, but I just had to get it. So I'm so excited about this. I mean, come on. And I love this cover look. So it's like a young version, and then you have the older version. That is just amazing. And the fact that we have these journals and she's still alive, that just makes it even more precious. So I love this. And this also, I'm going to put this on my coffee table because this is a coffee table book to me. I mean, come on now. Look at this. And then lastly, of course, you already know I had to get, well, actually, I'm not 2 books. I had to get something from the Harlem Renaissance or something during that time. So I got Zora Neale Hurston's Death Track on a Road. Actually, this is written in 1940, so it wouldn't technically be during the Harlem Renaissance, but she's from the Harlem Renaissance. And this is her autobiography, so of course I wanted to get it. Actually, it's reading some passages, and it's real interesting. I mean, Zora Neale Hurston, come on now, she just is Zora Neale Hurston. That's all you gotta say. And I just love this edition too. I can't wait to get into this. And then 2 more, guys. I have this YA book. It is Caprice by, is it Cole Booth? What got me was the cover. Like, look at this cover. This story is about a young girl that is like really, really smart, and she has the chance to go to a boarding school. And she actually is dealing with a lot of I hate to say demons because I don't like that word, but she's dealing with a lot of things. She has not told any of her family, her parents, that she actually was abused by her uncle, and she's just dealing with that. And I think some things trigger when she goes away to not college, when she goes away to like a boarding school. So I like stories like that, and I just want to see what's gonna happen. And then when I saw this cover, it just grabs you. Like, look at this pretty brown skin girl. And those YA and middle grade books, them covers be off the chain. So this, I'm like, oh yeah, I have to get it. And I haven't even seen this anywhere. This actually came out this year, so I am excited to read this. I'm getting into more YA novels, and yeah, I can't get over this cover. This cover is just so pretty. And then lastly, I got this because Peta from Comfy Cozy Up, like every time she reads a book or recommends a book, I usually get it because she just knows how to pick books. And I had to get this. So this is Booth by Karen Joy. Is it Florer? This is about John Wilkes Booth. I don't know anything about the Booth family. Only thing I know about John Wilkes Booth is I did know that he came from a family of actors. And of course, he assassinated Abraham Lincoln. That's all I know. But I didn't know he has like a really big family. I didn't know that he had some, his parents had, some problems. I think his father was alcoholic. And the fact that you have like a historical fiction about John Wilkes Booth, and not only just John Wilkes Booth, but just his family in general. I haven't heard any books that are fiction that talk about that family. Of course, they have, nonfiction books and things like that of especially John Wilkes Booth because of what he did. But yeah, like I said, when it comes to the fiction, I've never heard of it. So, and then historical fiction is up my alley because I love history and then I love fiction. So I'm so excited to read this. Yeah. I mean, I know I'm excited to read this because usually I don't pay full prices for books. I'm real cheap. I'll wait until it goes on paperback or I'll just buy it used. But I really wanted to read this and buy it, especially after Peta mentioned it and she did a video on it. So I am really excited to read this. So yeah, guys, that's all I have. I didn't do too bad. Again, my main thing, I wanted to get those Penguin Classic editions since I just adore those editions. So yeah, that's all I have for you, and I'll be back with more Black books.